I think that's like one of the most important things we found, like those kind of numbers that really disprove stereotypes around rape. Yeah, I mean, growing up, like I remember being told in school, like I remember we had like a day where it was like giving you like sexual assault prevention tips, and one of them was like, don't wear your hair in a ponytail because someone can grab it, you know, don't wear headphones at night. There was even like an article in the BBC about women being advised not to wear headphones after some sexual assaults had happened around a tube station. But like, yeah, most sexual assaults do happen by someone that you know and that is already in your life, and this kind of stranger danger type mentality just doesn't really hold up with what we found and what other people have found too. So yeah, I think like those numbers that you talked about, like they really should be highlighted as some of the most important things to come out of this survey in particular. Yeah.
And do you want to talk about some of those numbers? Like ramble them off, what were they? I mean, you can glance at the...
It was 67% happening in private houses rather than like, you know, on the street or in nightclubs or that kind of thing. So, you know, really most of them in private houses. 70% of people who knew the perpetrator in some capacity. So perhaps someone they were in a relationship with, maybe someone they'd previously had a relationship with, or just someone who was part of their friendship network. And the other thing was that 74% of people said that they knew people around at the time of the assault. Like it wasn't just them and the perpetrator alone in a house. You know, maybe it was a house party and they had some friends there. So again, you know, that kind of watch out for your friends, make sure they're all okay. Not to say that that isn't valid advice, because of course it is. You know, watching out for your friends is always a good idea. But it can only like go so far. You know, we can only so far try and alter the behaviour of victims rather than just try and change the way people do sex in general, if that makes sense.
So like all those numbers are around 70%. So if we painted that in the picture, it would be 70% of the time a person's in a household, their friends are around, and then they're sexually assaulted by somebody that they know.
Yeah.
And that accounts for 7 out of 10 sexual assaults.
Yeah.
And then do we know how much alcohol or drugs are involved in those numbers as well?
So we knew that 88% of people reporting sexual assault, alcohol was involved. I think
what was that number again?
88%.
Really?
Yeah. But that could have included other drugs as well. I think for alcohol alone, it was maybe between 50 and 60%, if I remember correctly. So yeah,